This video will go over how to work on nail trims as well as working on tummy time. So what tummy time is when you've got the puppy in your lap and they are flipped onto their back, and so their belly is facing up, and ideally this is happening when the dog is really mellow and this isn't a stressful thing for the dog. If you are wrestling the dog into tummy time and holding them hostage, that is not teaching them a good association with that activity. It's teaching them to shut down, and it's not a comfortable thing for the dog. So I will show you how to work on it with a little bit more cooperation from the dog, and then how we will use that body position to trim the dog's nails. So I've got my puppy laying down in front of me. I'm sitting on the ground. I'm gonna sit like this so that he's got a nice comfortable space. I'm gonna try to draw him a little bit closer to me. And this is much easier to start when you have a puppy that is tiny rather than a puppy that is 70 pounds. Come here. Good boy. So I'm gonna try to get him closer to me. I'm gonna ask him to down. Down. Yes, good boy. And then I want him to settle onto one hip. So some dogs have a preference. The way he's laying right now is called a sphinx position because his hips are underneath it, or his legs are right underneath his hips. So if I go treat on the nose towards one shoulder, he's not rolling onto that hip, so that might not be his preferred hip. But if I go the other way, he's now rocked onto his right hip, and so that might be the side that my dog prefers. Some dogs will do it on both sides. Some dogs have a preference of which hip they want to lay on. So what I'll do is I'm going to move closer into my dog. I'm going to grab his elbows, tuck them under. Yes, good boy. With every movement that I do with my dog, I'm going to reward him for letting me do that. And then we're going to do one more. Yes, good boy. So again, this is much easier when you have a smaller puppy. My puppy is very big. Yes, good boy. So now I've got him. And with each movement, I'm giving him a reward so that he's getting rewarded for me putting him in this position and shifting his body around. And then once he's there, I'm gonna pet him, but I'm gonna pet him really calmly. So imagine when somebody comes up and like rubs you really hard on your arm or on your back, or let's say you're upset and somebody's trying to comfort you. Usually really fast rubbing feels weird and it works you up more. Whereas if you do really slow rubbing, then that is much more relaxing. And now that I've got some slow scratches going on, my dog has relaxed and his legs are flopping out to the side. So I want to do nice slow scratching. Good boy. And I'm going to give him a treat. And so once my dog is comfortable being in this position, so if I had flipped him into this position and he immediately got back up, then I would just say, okay, fine, we're done. If I'm rewarding him for every position shift that I put him in, then he's more likely to stay. If I have a dog that's food motivated, I could also give him a little toy if he wants to just hold it in his mouth. But if with my dog, that toy will get him more excited and he will likely pop out of position. So I'm going to keep petting him. And he's a big mama's boy, so this is a great time for him. So we're pretty relaxed now. I'm going to get my clippers out. I'm going to give him another treat. And now I will start trying to clip his nails. My dog has clear nails. Yes. My dog has clear nails, so he's a lot easier to clip. Once he is out of this position, I will talk about what to look for on the nail so that you're not cutting the quick. So I just did one nail there, and that really startled him. So I'm gonna wait a little while now before I do the next one. So as soon as I clipped, I said yes, and then I followed it up with a treat. And I'm gonna wait till he kind of relaxes again rather than just trying to bam, 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 get this done and make it stressful. And we've got all the time in the world right now. So if this takes you a couple days to get all the nails done, that's okay. So I've got one nail done. Now I'm just gonna kind of play with his feet. And he's a little bit twitchy, so I'm not gonna get the clippers out, because if I have a twitchy dog and I have clippers, I am much more likely to get his quick, which is the blood supply to the nail, and then I've got a bleeding dog, and that is not fun. Fun fact, the first time I clipped my dog's nails, I quicked him, he bled all over the place, I nearly fainted, and I had to call my friend who is a vet tech to tell me everything is fine. So if you do clip your dog's nail and they start to bleed, you can use styptic powder, which is usually sold under the name Quick Stop at pet stores, or you can use cornstarch as a way to coat the nail and get the bleeding to stop. So he's a little bit calmer, so I'm going to touch his nails again. Good boy. I'm going to get my clippers back out. Yes. So as soon as that clip happens, I say yes. And so I'm not holding him down right now. He's staying here. He was staying because I was petting him, and now he's gotten up. So I can keep on petting him, and we can just hang out here. And I can try to get him back into that position in a couple minutes, or I can try to clip his nails from here. So I touched his foot and he got up and he's moved away from me now. So that's a very clear signal that he's not into the game that I'm playing right now. So that is my cue to take a break for my dog. And while we are taking a break, I will talk about the nail itself. And so with a dog's nail, if you have a dog with a black nail, what you're looking for is where the nail starts to curve. So imagine my finger is the dog's nail. Where the nail starts to curve, that is where the quick is going to start. So if you've got black nails, you want to clip just before the nail starts to curve, and then that way you aren't hitting the quick. If you have a dog with clear nails, then you can see the quick, and that is the pink part of their nail. It's a little bit stressful if you've not done it before, but the best thing to do is just take little bits off at a time, and then that way you're not risking a nail bleed, because that will make future nail trims way harder for you. Get your tail out of the camera. So I'm gonna get my dog in a down, so he's not blocking the camera. Down. Yes, good boy. Didn't repeat my cue there. I waited for him to think about it and then follow the cue. So I'll try to get him in that position one more time. He wants to shift onto the other hip right now. Okay, that's fine, we'll do that. Yes. He popped back up, settle. Yes, good boy. Yes. I can also try to trim my dog's nails when he is in that position as well. Settle. Yes, good boy. Stay. So I've got my dog. This is a settle. I'll talk about that in a different video. But again, I'm gonna go for a nail. As soon as I touched the clipper to my dog's nail, he pulled his foot away and he got uncomfortable. So what I will do in that case, settle. Yes. Yes, good boy. So he is fighting me on this a little bit. He's not wanting to stay in the position that I'm putting him in. I think he's anticipating that I'm going to get the nail clipper out. So I'm not going to continue to clip his nails right now. What I will do instead is I'll get the clipper out. I'll touch the clipper to one nail, say yes as soon as I touch it to the nail, and then reward him. Yes. So these are the steps that I take if my dog is fighting me on getting their nail trimmed, or if they're really freaked out by getting nail trims. This is what I want to be doing. Yes. Yes. So I'm just touching the clippers to his nails, and then I'm saying yes. I could try to get one. Yes. So I got one nail done. You don't have to trim your dog's nails in the tummy time position. That is what a lot of people find it easiest in. I often will just trim my dog's nails like this. Yes. So I went to touch his foot there and he said no thanks, and he sat up. So that will be my nail trimming session for today, and then I will work on it again a different day and maybe it'll go better.